What's up you guys, my name is Kaiser, and today I'll be bringing you guys another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And if you have watched my previous videos, you'll be recognizing this team. And it will consist of Frostlass, Sylveon, Quagsire, Staraptor, Chinchino, and Weezing, while he will be bringing his predominantly UU team with Mega Man Nectric, Dusclops, Umbreon, Nidoking, Heracross, and Celebi. So I'm not really quite sure what he's going to be leading off with, but I know for a fact I can use my Frostlass as a good, always reliable lead, so I'm going to lead off with him. So let's get this thing started. So he decides to lead off with his main Nectric, and I'm afraid of his Flamethrower, so I go ahead and switch out right away into my special defensive wall, which is going to be my Clefairy. So he does go for the Mega Evolution, and he does get hit and Intimidate off, but obviously it's not going to matter. But he goes for the Volt Switch instead, making a good move there, scouting out my team. So he goes for the Volt Switch, and he switches out into Nidoking. Now, I don't really want to take any Poison type moves, even though I'm a special defensive wall. So I decided to go ahead and switch out into my Weezing, predicting it, and he does go for the Sludge Wave, and even though I put all my EVs in a special defense on this Weezing doesn't eat it up as well as I was hoping it would, but it's not a huge deal. So here I go for the Will-O-Wisp while he goes for the Stealth Rocks, which I was not expecting because most offensive variants of Nidoking that I see don't carry Stealth Rock, so that was an interesting move on his part. So now he switched into his Celebi, knowing he can OHKO my Weezing with a Psychic attack. So I have to go into my Clefairy after going for the Pain Split, and as you can see it does quite a bit, since we can confirm that he is indeed Lifeless. Now seeing the damage output of that Psychic, I know I can even live a Leaf Storm, so I stay in and go for the Wish. So as you can see, I do survive it. He does get his -2, and now he takes this opportunity while I'm Wish Protecting, he goes for the cover, so now his Celebi goes back to full HP after taking all of that Life Orb damage. Now I got a little bit more left to use recovery here, and he can't really stay in since he knows he can't do much to me when he's down -2. So he makes the switch out in his Nidoking while I make the switch out my Frostlass. Now here I was predicting him to switch out, so I go for the Spikes, but apparently he did not intend on switching at all, and he goes straight for the Earth Power, which easily OHKOs my Frostlass. So I really wish I could have had my Frostlass around for the rest of the battle, since he does outspeed his called Celebi, and he can wall his, not really wall, but he can check his Heracross. But anyway, so I go for my Choice Banded Tail Stab with my Chinchino, and I do indeed kill his Nidoking. So he switches out into his Heracross, which I predict to be Scarf, so I go into my Weezing, who tanks this close combat very well. So now knowing he can't stay in, he switches into his Dusclops, but I predict that, and I go for the Toxic instead of the Will-O-Wisp. So as you can see, I do go for the Toxic. He does get badly poisoned, meaning that he will be taking continuously increasing damage over the consecutive turns. And since Dusclops don't run leftovers most of the time, he will not be getting any reliable form of recovery even in the Pain Split. So now he goes for the Taunt, predicting my Weezing to stay in, but I switch into my Clefairy, and that actually doesn't really bode too well for me, since Clefairy, well, obviously he only has one attacking Rescue Moonblast, as you can see, he didn't do all that much. So now I can't really do much after he burns my Clefairy, so I have to switch into my Quagsire, and he goes for the Hex here, and he gets a crit. Not too big of a deal. I mean, whatever. Now he goes here for the Pain Split, and he gets up to all the way half, and I should have went for the cover, predicting that. Once I go for the Skull for the kill, not expecting him to be slower, but I should have known I was going to be slower since I'm Relaxed Nature. So here he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Not too big of a deal, my Quagsire. Kind of sucks, but why? EQ really isn't going to be hitting much except for his Mega Nectric. So now his Dusclops finally dies to the poison. I take a little more burn damage, no big deal. So here he goes out to Celebi, and I really don't have anything that's going to be wanting to take a Leaf Storm, so I go ahead and actually let him die, which was definitely 100% the wrong move. I should have went into my Sylveon here, but what's done is done, because I really needed my Quagsire for his Mega Nectric. So here he switches out into his Equinox, which is going to be his Umbreon, and I go for the Tail Slap, but I miss, and that really sucks because I know for a fact that Tail Slap's would have two-hit KO'd it, as can be seen right here. So now he goes for the Yawn, forcing my switch, because I really need to keep this Cinccino awake, so I have to switch here into my Sylveon, knowing that no matter what attack he has, he can't do much against my Fairy, so he goes for the Wish, taking knowing that I'm not going to be staying in, and not really sure what he's going to do here. I go for the Wish here, and he ends up going into his Celebi, who will indeed get the Wish recovery from his Equinox. So it kind of sucks for me because now he has a full health Celebi, meaning that he has a full array of Life Orb attacks coming my way, but what can you do? So he goes for the Psychic here on my Protect. Obviously that's what I'm going to do since I'm just set up a Wish. And he goes for more Psychics here, and that one does a lot. So at this point I'm going to be in death range of a Leaf Storm, which is not going to be good for me. He takes a little bit of toxic damage after I set one off on him. I'm down to 74 HP. Last time I was about 90 something, and I lived with only 18 or 19. And this time, as you can see, the Leaf Storm does indeed kill me. Now I'm down to 2 Pokemon, I think. I think I'm only down to my Cinccino and Staraptor. Oh no, I might be down to 3. I might also have my Weezing. I can't remember. But here I know a Tail Slap's gonna hurt anything he brings into his. So I go straight forward, and I do indeed get to kill his Umbreon here. So that was good for me. Now he brings back out his Heracross, and obviously I don't want to take a Scarf Close Combat, so I do have to switch out into my Weezing, predicting it. Ends up being the correct prediction. He goes for the Close Combat, and it does not. So get my Black Sludge recovery, he loses his defenses due to the Close Combat, and now he's switching to a Celebi. And here I go for the Pain Split. I guess it was really my only move. But not a huge deal. So he goes for the Psychic. I'm easily going to kill my Weezing, even though I'm invested in special defense. He takes a little Life Orb damage. Now I go into my Staraptor, predicting his switch into his Manectric. I go for the Double Edge, but he decides not to switch, and I do indeed kill his Celebi. Now he goes into Manectric, and this was key. So he gets Intimidate off, and if I don't get a crit here, I lose the battle. I get a crit. Oh, that was extremely lucky on my part. Without that crit, I would have 100% lost. So now he goes into Heracross. I go into my Cinccino to take the predicted any attack, which is obviously going to kill my Cinccino. Now I have to go back into my Staraptor, and since I am Jolly Scarf, I'm going to be easily outspeeding his Heracross and get the kill with the Brave Bird. So that was a good game, Kane. A little bit unlucky on your part, really, but I mean, I guess that's the game. What can you do? Had I not gotten that crit with my Staraptor, this game would have 100% been yours, and it would have been good game. You win. So let's say I could have made some better plays with keeping my Quagsire alive, and since he can pretty much counter his Mega Manectric, so I guess I'll just take from that. And if you like the battle, please do give me a thumbs up, do comment and subscribe if you like it, and if you did like it, like I said, do subscribe, because I'm going to be bringing out more stuff. So see you guys later, bye.